Hello there. I'm Scotty. You're not. And welcome back to the big grand finale of Dis-Cember 2025. We're going to talk about a movie I have tried to avoid for many, many years. I watched it on the VHS in 1997. I watched it on a DVD with Big LT many moons ago. Finally, I decided, basta, enough. I am finally going to check this movie out. A movie I've been avoiding for years because I didn't like it when I was a kid, and I just sort of watched with Big LT. And now that I finally watched it, I'm here to tell you that this movie is alright. It's alright. But this movie has had such a big production past, a very bad one, as it should. The production past goes all the way back to 1980 with this movie, when they were making this. It's based on a series of books. I need to go back to the Chronicles of Prydain series of novels, which there are 5, in which they decided to take all 5 of those, squish them together, and make one big movie film. Because that always works, right? When you squish things together to make one movie, Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City, that always works, right? You gotta squish 3 things together. Percy Jackson movies, right? So this was originally supposed to come out in 1980, and into the slate of Disney films at that point, there was some pretty good ones coming out, as you would see by this point. You had movies like The Aristocats, Robin Hood, The Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, The Rescuers, which I never really cared for, but some people seem to like it. And yeah, but then there was the issues. See, they brought Don Bluth on because he was the animator at the time, and the big guy, and there was issues. So many issues that he grabbed 14 animators and said, "Peace out," and left to do his own animated studio, which gave us hits like An American Tail, Oh, Let's Go to Heaven, and Rockadoodle. So, there's that. And the movie was pushed to 81. Its slot was given to the Fox and the Hound instead, and then they kept working on it, with initially wanting to release this in Christmas of 1984. That did not happen. It was not released till July 24th of 1985, and there was still problems. At one point, Tim Burton was brought in to do animation designs. He did design for The Horn King. Not particularly fond of it. It was way too cartoony for me. I like the design they used in the film. And he left himself. He wasn't fired. He wasn't kicked out. He's like, I'm out of here. I'm out. He peace out too, just like Don Bluth. He was gone. So eventually found someone to do this movie. They were doing it. It was the directors of the. Let's just click on it again. Wait, I have it open over here. The animation directors for this movie ended up being Ted Berman and Richard Rich. Richie Rich! Macaulay Culkin? Is he even born yet? I think he was born. And bunch of story by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people, including Joe Hale, who had issues as well. He was the producer. Many producers came and went. And then this movie was released. Eisner wanted to take a look at, it was Jeffrey Katzenberg who took a look at this film. He was new to animation. He looked at this film and said it was way too dark, and decided, you know what, I'm just going to cut this film himself. He decided to cut it himself. They had to bring in Michael Eisner to stop him, because it's not like a regular film. You can't just cut animation. There will be issues. So he said he wanted stuff cut because it was too dark. Like, you'll see it. It's mostly with the Cauldron stuff where it's like people melting and stuff when they attack the Horn King's human henchmen and they melt and stuff. Why they attack the human henchmen, I don't know. And I have to think there's more cut from this because there's just so much missing from this movie. Right? Now, this, what I think was like one of the more worse ones. I mean, because after this you get the Great Mouse Detective and Oliver and Company, which I will stand up for. Then the Renaissance started. So it's like, this is like the big black sheep in all this of the 80s, I think. Because I generally like those other ones. So then we got this. No, and it bombed in theaters. It did not make much money. Let's see. Let's go down here. Can we go down? Can we go down, please? Its budget was $44 million, and it only made back $21.3 million. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. And it bombed so bad that Disney did not release a home video release of this till 1997, which is when I watched it. To me, it was brand new, because I never heard of it before. Right? And so I watched it, and I didn't like it. Yeah. Though I'm watching this seems right up my alley with how I like darker animated movies. Like American Tail. I still haven't seen The Secret of Nim, but I like darker animated films, and I like horror movies and stuff. This seems right up my alley. I didn't like it. I don't know why. 97. That's when I was becoming self-aware of stuff around. Yeah. And so we start the movie. Let's get into some of the positive things I had to say about this movie. There's one specific thing that everybody can agree is bad, and we'll get to him when we get to it. But as I'm watching this movie, I'm thinking, damn, this animation is awesome. There's no doubt that Disney's animation was always top-notch. And it's normal, and it's no more so here. That you can see the beautiful skies, the color purple in the background, the red smoke that surrounds the Horn King when he shows up. Just the sequences of sword fighting and the creatures, the Cauldron born coming out. The animation looks of the witches and the big boobed lady dancing on the table for some reason. And all the other animation stuff. It is top-notch Disney animation. The music, my Elmer Bernstein, that explains it. Very good music. It's very Disney-fied music, but it's very good music and everything. Where the problem lies with me with this film is the plot. In a nutshell, the plot is the Horn King wants the Black Cauldron so he can resurrect this army of the dead. To do that, he needs a pig that can see the future. I'm sure it was explained more in the books, but seeing as they smushed 5 books together and said movie, that's all we get. And there's not even... there's like a text reading, but other than that, the movie starts. And we meet our hero, Taran, spelled like Taran, but it's pronounced Taran, who lives with Dalbin. Who's Dalbin? No one knows! He's just some old guy who apparently in the books is over 300 years old. That's never explained. He's just there, and he explains to Taran that the pig can see visions of the future, and we have to protect the pig. And who's more better to protect the pig than a little boy who dreams of being a hero? Where is he trying to take? Because Henwin, the pig, sees a vision alerting them that the Horn King is looking for the Black Cauldron. Dalbin's like, okay, get him out of here. Though I imagine he would be safer there, but right. He tells him to take him to safety. That's what it says here, to safety. But While he's daydreaming of being a knight, the pig is just captured. Yeah, great choice for the protector there, Dolben. Yeah. But there's no need to worry, because who needs a pig that can tell the future when you have Gurgi? One of the most annoying, useless Disney characters to ever be in a Disney movie. I know what happens at the end of the movie, but he's still useless. Because he does nothing to the end of this movie. I'm sure in the books he did more, and no one even knows what kind of animal he is. He's a dog? Is he a beaver? A badger? Madonna? What is he? I don't know. But Taran decides he's gonna go save the pig. But Gurgi says, no, give me an apple or something. And Gurgi doesn't want to go, so he throws the apple at him. And bing bong, he's in the castle, because we cut a bunch of stuff out. He's just able to get in the castle without anyone stopping him whatsoever. Yeah. But in trying, he then rescues the pig. The pig runs away, and then the Horn King sends him to the dungeon, where there are two more characters that just poof out of nowhere. They do explain Alonwi. Princess Alonwi is there because her little glowy ball thingy supposedly also tells the future, but it was no help to the Horn King, so he just threw her in the dungeon. And then they also meet Flimmerflam. Am I saying that right? I don't care, but Fluterflam, who is a bard who plays the lyre. And they don't explain why he's there. He's just there. There's also no point to him. I mean, even more so than Gurgi. I guess he's the most useless character. Why is he here? To intimidate the witches later? I don't know. Well, two characters are in the dungeon, because Princess Alonwi's like, I have a hole right here, let's go down here. And they're just out. And so they find this ancient burial chamber of a king, and Taran grabs this sword, magic sword, and I will point out that he's just like, woo, wee, woo, woo, like a kid would. He's not like, I am a knight. No, he's like, woo, look at this, woo. He's a kid. So, yeah, which is, this just says to me, don't send a kid. It's a Disney movie. What am I saying? All three of them escape with the sword and are found by Gurgi. Yay! Gurgi's back! The Horn King then sends his minions, his winged minions, after them. But it's okay, because they find Henwen when they fall in a whirlpool thing. Yeah. With these fairy folk people who know where the Black Cauldron is, because now they want to find it and destroy it. So they know what a Black Cauldron is, so the pig's no longer a use to them. So away with you, pig! Go home. Bye-bye. He's gone from the movie till the end now. So yeah. So they're taken to the three witches, Ordu, Orgak, and Orwin. Triple O there. Oh, it's magic! Literally, because they're witches. So he wants the Black Cauldron, and they say, we'll give it to you if you give us your sword. And he's reluctant, but then they try to bargain other things. Like, I think Fluterflam tried to bargain his lyre. Gurgi tries to give him an apple core. Why is he still here? But no, it's the sword. So he gives him the sword. And they're like, by the way, you can't destroy it. Bye-bye. Thanks, bitch. Like, yeah, we have your sword, but yeah. The only way to stop the power is by someone willingly climbing into it, and it will kill them. And again, I'm sure this was more explored in the books, but we don't have that time. This is 1 hour and 22 minutes, so yes. And now he has no sword, and he's stuck with the cauldron. And then they're captured by the Horn King anyway, and Gurgi runs away again because he's useless. Yeah. So the Horn King then uses the cauldron in what is a pretty good animated sequence of summoning the cauldron born. And like I said, they do disassemble his people, but it's not in the film. They cut it. But you can look at the animation stuff on YouTube. It's pretty gruesome stuff, and it what made this movie better for me. Yeah. So So just as you think it's all over, who comes to save the day? Did the pig bring back the old man? No. No. It's Gurgi, of course, and he rescues everyone. Taran decides, I'm going to jump into the cauldron. But no, to save us from our miseries. Gurgi jumps in instead. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Yes, Gurgi's dead, and everyone celebrates and gets drunk. And then it also feels like rip. Because all of a sudden, the cauldron starts to suck everything that's close in its path, which is the Horn King. And he goes in, and he dies, and then it just stops sucking after it sucks up the Horn King for some reason. Yeah. Then the witches return, and they take the cauldron back, and they want to give him his sword back. And I say, hey, there you go. You know, cauldron is back with them. You save the day, you get your sword, you're the hero. Let's do this. But no. They just couldn't help themselves because this is a Disney movie. And no good guys are allowed to die in a Disney movie. So of course he doesn't take the sword. He requests that Gurgi be brought back to life. So of course they do that, and the Taran and La Lanwi, they smooch, and everyone is all happy. And then I get something that kind of makes me scratch me head. When Dalbin and I don't know who the hell Dolly is, but Henwin has created a vision showing Dalbin that they succeeded. And it's implied that Dalbin did this on purpose, that Taran was always supposed to be the one who defeated the Horn King. So that's why. So he was supposed to lose the pig, then get the pig and save the pig, and then all this was foretold and destined, I guess. We still have no idea who Dalbin is, where he comes from, why he knows this. Well, yeah, I can surmise that he learned it from the pig. But that's it. A few things of note. MASH star Gary Berghoff was originally to voice Gurgi, but he couldn't find the right voice and then refused to leave, so he was kicked out. Seriously. He was replaced with John Biner. Arthur Mallet, Mr. Dawes Jr. is the voice of King Edeling of the Fairy Folk. Phil Fondacaro plays Creeper, the little henchman dude of the Horn King. And the Horn King himself is voiced by the one, the only, the late John Hurt, before he went time traveling to meet Dr. Frankenstein. Yes, like I said, this was released in 1985 to a flop, and wasn't released on home video till 1997, where I saw it. And after all this, after watching through this entire movie, I'm here to tell you that the Black Cauldron is in the middle of the road. Just the middle of the road. I would like to say, Rots in Hell, it's not that bad. Or Fries in Hell, it's not that bad. Not worth your time. No, it's absolutely worth your time. The animation alone makes it worth your time. It's just the middle of the road. Nothing to really worry about. Except for Gurgi. Gurgi can fly in hell all day long. I don't care. Send that little fucker to hell. I don't care. And I guarantee you, Gurgi surviving was a request by Katzenberg or somebody. They read the script and killed him off. No, you can't kill him off. You have to bring him back somehow. Because you can't kill a good guy in a Disney movie like that. Though Bambi's mom is still dead. But I digress. So ends Dis-Cember. And I just want to say thank you for watching. This has been a good experience. This has felt overly long because of the breaks I took. I started filming this shortly before October ended. I was already starting to film then. I took a break to do the college files and all that stuff. Did the college files. I caught up on some movies. I came back. And I took another short break over this past weekend. And now I finished. I only had like a handful left. But yeah. See here, all 31 wrote down. Like most of my stuff, I had several different drafts of what I was doing and kept ripping them up and throwing them away, and eventually I got this. The one thing that stayed constant was that Snow White was going to start this and Black Cauldron was going to end it. And I knew that both Snow Whites would be first, and that Lilo and Stitch 2025 was going to be in there somewhere. I wanted to do the Xenon movies. I had a short list, which was actually pretty long, the more I think about it. I kept adding to it. All those got done, and that's when well, what do I do now? All the ones I want to do are done. Let's do the 90s, and that happened, and then I finished up with this. It's just, But yeah. I'm glad to be finally done with this. I can take this background down because I want to do a couple more that I'm catching up on. I had to do my haul video for November. Yeah, I'm filming this a couple of days before Thanksgiving. I'm filming this. And then I got to start filming the Christmas shit. After Thanksgiving, when it's appropriate, I should wait till December 1st. But I got a big, long weekend, so I can actually get started a little bit early, But, So what are your thoughts on the Black Cauldron? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm the Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.